Authorities in Australia were hoping for a breakthrough, but the first clue in weeks may be nothing at all.
We're hearing as many, possibly as 10 people were shot, but we can confirm that one person was pronounced dead at the scene. 5 were transported to JMH, one in critical condition who has since died, and one of those other victims was a teenage girl.
How was it being on the stand and seeing George Zimmerman?
Now, she's not going to college right away, but I'm told the Joyner Foundation will continue paying for 3 tutors to ensure she is college ready and college bound. Here in the Miami Herald, they brought a full page.
¿Por qué estás caminando en el agua?
You can see the door is secure, so people can't just walk in unannounced, but the manager here tells me she buzzed them in because she thought they were customers.
Professional MMA fighter Fallon Fox redefining the term sit-down interview as she takes me to the mat in a triangle hold.
It's complicated, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
It's certainly a large tree. I'm about 5'9", and you can see the large root base.
Yeah, this year, the entire cover story featuring Victoria's Secret model Erin Heatherton was shot on the sands of South Beach, just outside the Cadillac Hotel on Collins Avenue.
So excited. Such enthusiasm when he's reading that. New at 5, a big break in the more than 2-week search for a missing man. Students at the David Posnack Jewish Day School in Davie are among the finalists. On the court, it's usually all about big plays. We are following a developing story for you out of South Africa. That's where a psychiatric panel has now revealed its report about Oscar Pistorius' mental state at the time of his girlfriend's murder.
Right. Here you go.
So to see her on this cover, it kind of gives them some confidence and says, hey, I'm beautiful regardless of my skin tone. So
very nice.
Good for them.
Right now, we are at the crime scene at Northwest 12th Avenue and 65th Street. Go ahead and take a look behind me. You can see it's still a very active scene this morning. A lot of residents, as it's daylight now, are coming out to see what's going on. Many of them were inside their apartments when the shooting happened. We have confirmed now 2 people are dead from this shooting. As we pan over, you can see more of this crime scene. We're going to push into some of the casings on the ground. So far, you see those green markers? We've counted 37 of them, so at least 37 casings from this shooting that happened at 2 o'clock this morning. Now, Chopper is live. Chopper 4 is live, and we're going to give you a bird's eye view of this scene. Police have set up a perimeter here on Northwest 12th Avenue, pretty much from 65th Street to 67th Street. But again, you can see just a very active crime scene at this point. We also have a video of JMH this morning of some of the victims arriving there. If we can go ahead and show that to you. Now, so far, police were initially telling us 10 people were shot, but that number, they're believing that it may be less than that. But we did get 5 people being taken to JMH. So let's go over the victims. We know that one person was pronounced dead at the scene. One was transported in critical condition to JMH. That person has also died. And then of the other victims, we're told at least one of them was a teenage girl. Now, again, this all happened at 2 o'clock this morning. And one of the residents said he thought it was fireworks initially. Here's what he had to say about it.
It sounded like a box full of my windows.
And back out live here, police officers, crime scene investigators, they are actually in the process of marking those gunshots on the wall, several dozen at this point. And again, you can see the markers for the casings on the ground, those little green markers there. We counted about 37 of those as well. So multiple shots fired. Possibly as many as 10 victims, but we have accounted for 6 so far. 2 people are dead, and one of the victims we know from family members is a teenage girl. So again, this is all happening at Northwest 12th Avenue. Police have set up a perimeter from 65th Street to 67th Street as they investigate. No word on suspects or motive at this point, but obviously, as we get more information, we'll pass it along to you. Right now, we are at Northwest 12th Avenue and 65th Street. This is where that shooting happened around 2 o'clock this morning. Go ahead and take a look behind me. You can see police units are out here. Crime scene investigators still on the scene. And if we push in a little bit, you can even see dozens of those casing markers still on the ground here this afternoon. Now, what we've been told by police, because this happened so early in the morning and there were a lot of people outside, and because of the dozens of shots that were fired, and some people went to JMH and went to other hospitals, we know at least 6 people were shot. But we're told possibly as many as 10 or even 11 people total were shot. We know 2 people were dead, and one of them was pronounced dead right here at the scene. A mother in agony moments after watching her son's body being wheeled away by the medical examiner. 30-year-old Kevin Richardson was one of at least 6 people shot early Tuesday morning right in front of this building at the Liberty Square housing complex on Northwest 12th Avenue and 65th Street. You can see several dozen casing markers already littering this street as investigators mark bullet holes in the walls, trying to piece together evidence. Richardson's family says the shooting was not only criminal, but cowardly.
The person that shot my nephew is a coward. He didn't bother anybody. He wasn't a bad person. He left behind a 6-year-old son.
50 to 60 shots were fired. We're not too sure at this point what it was, whether it was a drive-by or someone walked up or someone was on an actual bike. But like I said, maybe later on, once we get all the information together from the witnesses that we have interviewed, we'll have a further comment on that.
While police continue interviewing witnesses, residents who heard the shots fired and admit they were rattled by them are now considering taking drastic measures to protect themselves. How do you feel about there being multiple shootings here this morning and you heard it?
I'm applying for a grant to get bulletproof glass in my windows.
Meanwhile, Richardson's family is begging anyone with information to come forward with it.
If someone's seen anything, I wish you guys come forward. He was somebody's son. He was somebody's father. If you know anything, come forward and say something, because this can be your child.
Now, right now, police do not have any word on suspects, nor do they have a motive at this point. So, as she mentioned, if anyone has information, they are asking you to call Crime Stoppers immediately. That number 305-471-TIPS. And very quickly, we want to show you some video from Chopper 4 that we just got within the last half hour. This is a video of detectives on the scene. They were gathering evidence. They actually found a backpack on one of the roofs out here, and inside that backpack, 2 guns were found. So that has now been taken into evidence. Whether it's actually connected to this shooting that happened at 2 o'clock this morning, that has yet to be determined, but obviously we're going to follow this story very closely for you, and as we get more information, we'll pass it along to you on air and online at cbsmiami.com.
We are following a developing story for you out of South Africa. That's where a psychiatric panel has now revealed its report about Oscar Pistorius' mental state at the time of his girlfriend's murder. Here are some live pictures from inside that courtroom in Pretoria, South Africa right now. That's where psychiatrists report they found that at the time of his girlfriend's murder, Pistorius did not suffer from mental illness or defect. Now, the Olympic sprinter's murder trial, it took a month-long break for that psychiatric evaluation. Pistorius is accused of murdering his girlfriend, Areva Steenkamp, last year. The Blade Runner says, though, he mistook her for an intruder. Chris Bosh has joined LeBron James and Dwayne Wade by opting out of his contract with the Miami Heat. CBS 4 Sports anchor Kim Bokamper has what all of this means for the Heat. President Barack Obama has selected a new person to head the Department of Veterans Affairs. His name, Robert McDonald here. He's a former executive of Procter & Gamble and also a veteran, an Army captain, as a matter of fact. Now, if the Senate confirms McDonald, he will replace acting VA Secretary Sloan Gibson. Gibson has held that position since Eric Shinseki resigned back in May following an investigation that revealed poor practices at VA hospitals that led to veteran deaths. New this morning, a very terrifying experience for some SeaWorld guests. Take a look. That's after a power failure left a ride at the San Diego park in the air for 4 hours on Sunday. Now, the Sky Tower ride here, which takes visitors in an elevator 320 feet in the air for panoramic views, it left 46 guests and 2 employees stranded up there for, again, 4 hours. Now, park officials say the riders, they were never actually in any danger, and they were eventually able to fix the problem and lower that ride. But a teenage boy was taken to a local hospital for anxiety. Good morning, Rise and Shine. 624 CBS This Morning is coming up. 7 o'clock right here on CBS 4. Charlie Rose is joining us live this morning from the CBS This Morning studio in New York City. Charlie, what are you all working on for us today? All right, we'll keep you posted on that. We think there's going to be more there. 6:25 right now. Under the Dome fans, listen up. Tonight is a night you've been waiting for. Season 2 of the hit CBS Summer Series premieres tonight right here on CBS 4.
And this morning.
All right, moving on. 6:28 in this morning's pop news. There was no shortage of star power at the annual BET Awards on Sunday night. Comedian Chris Rock hosted the show, which celebrates African Americans and other minorities in entertainment. Pharrell, and his hat, of course, had a big night opening the show and then going on to win 2 awards, including Best Male R&B or Pop Artist. Newcomer August Alsina took home the coveted Best New Artist Award, and Lionel Richie was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award. Congratulations to you all. And And some big names were on Miami Beach this weekend for the 3rd annual iHeartRadio Ultimate Pool Party. That party kicked off Friday night at the Fontainebleau Hotel, and South Florida's own Ariana Grande performed Friday night alongside rapper Iggy Azalea. Now then, on Saturday night, there was a live concert by none other than Jennifer Lopez. And J-Lo there, she is, of course, a Bronx native, but she says Miami is like her second home.
Home to me.
We have a love affair with you, J-Lo. Now, during her routine, Jenny from the block here, she came down on her knee a little too hard, and she tweeted this photo from her Instagram page with hashtag I'm fine, hashtag another day at the office.
All right, look at that photo. Even there, she looks great.
Of course. It's J-Lo. Hello.
Yeah. We love her.
The show must go on, though. She's such a professional.
All right, it is 6:30 now, and we are tracking the tropics this morning.
Yes, another true professional. Here, CBS 4 meteorologist Lisette Gonzalez joins us with all the details. Lisette, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, that's a good smile.
A professional photo shoot near the water. But it's not just any photo shoot. For 12-year-old Zumari, it's the chance to find a permanent home after being in foster care for more than 2 years. What would that mean to you?
A lot.
Why?
Because I'm a nice kid.
For older foster kids like 16-year-old Chanel, it's a bit more emotional.
It's hard because I've been through a lot. And I just want somebody to love me. I don't want to be in foster care anymore. It's like I deserve somebody who loves me and who will take care of me.
And finding that for her and other foster children is exactly the purpose behind the Children's Trust Miami Heart Gallery photo shoot.
This is a very important day for them. This amplifies the possibility that they can get adopted. And for these children, that means everything. And this is our contribution to the effort of getting these children permanent homes.
It makes me feel good.
So what are you hoping to accomplish today when you got in front of that camera?
I'm hoping to catch people's attention.
And helping them do that, dozens of community volunteers, from professional makeup artists
look down, ready?
And barbers to world-class photographers.
That's perfect.
So you basically use your skill and create something really beautiful, and then you give it up. And then somebody gets adopted. But, you know, it's emotional. It gives you a lot of satisfaction.
Now, after today's photo shoot, all of the pictures will be put up online. If you are interested in adopting a child, we've got all the information you need on our website, cbsmiami.com.
So say once you're in this room here. Oh, God!
Professional MMA fighter Fallon Fox redefining the term sit-down interview as she takes me to the mat in a triangle hold.
It's complicated, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Fox obviously taking it easy on me, but in the world of mixed martial arts cage fighting, she is nothing to play around with. And with 3 amateur fights and 2 professional fights under her belt,
I haven't lost a fight yet.
But Fox is as controversial as she is powerful. Unlike other female fighters, she was born a he.
I was born male, but I had a gender transition to physically transform me from male to female. I feel excellent. I feel great. I feel like the person that I should have always been, and I'm happy that I'm here.
The objection that Fox's history gives her an unfair fighting advantage. But the Championship Fighting Alliance Board has approved her to fight in the league.
It shouldn't be controversial, but it is controversial because there aren't that many people who are like me.
You feel differently than when you were a man?
Oh, considerably. My muscle mass has decreased. My strength has decreased. My endurance has considerably decreased.
And University of Miami Dr. Christopher Estes says science is seemingly on her side.
Their hormonal profile will become more like that of a biological female. Also, other changes in their muscle mass, their bone mineral density, which will occur, also makes them more like biological females.
Actually, I find myself at a disadvantage being that I have low testosterone. I have lower testosterone than even you or any other female.
I believe she should be in the ring with other women.
Either way, female fighters have agreed to get in the cage with Fox, who describes it all as just another evolution of sports.
Just like black people in sports, women in sports, gay people in sports, this is trans people in sports now.
Now, if you want to check Fallon Fox out in person for yourself, you can do that this Friday, May 24th at Bank United Center in Coral Gables. For information on tickets, go to our website, cbsmiami.com.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Rick Fulbaum.
And of Summer Knolls, Good Samaritans jumped into action to try and help. CBS 4's Maribel Rodriguez spoke to a man who did just that.
And she has
a huge sinkhole that was filled just days ago in Central Florida appears to be opening up once again. Take a look. Residents in the villages say the hole expanded overnight by another 5 to 8 feet, swallowing a tree and shrub. Officials filled the 50-foot deep sinkhole after it opened over the weekend between 2 homes. Now, safety crews are on the scene monitoring the situation. And now in tonight's Tech Minute, AOL users, listen up. Your email service has been hacked. America Online will not say how widespread the problem is right now, but some AOL user accounts, they're sending out spam messages with links that could lead to dangerous computer viruses. AOL says it is working to resolve this issue and is recommending all users change their passwords. Right now, we are introducing you to the 5th of 6 finalists in the Broward County Public School System's Teacher of the Year selection. So meet Cheryl Ariola. She teaches 7th and 8th grade science at West Glades Middle School in Parkland. Ariola says kids retain what you teach them when it's meaningful. Now, she believes kids should be taught things that will prepare them for their future careers or education, and says the lessons, they should be centered around them.
I love my students. I hope to college.
Ariola has been teaching for 20 years and has been at West Glades Middle School since it opened 12 years ago. We'll introduce you to the remaining finalists early next week. Now, the Teacher of the Year winner will be announced next Wednesday, April 30th. A Texas soccer match is making national headlines after chaos breaks out on the field. It all happened after the Van Griff High School girls team won the state title. Watch the bottom center of your screen here, where an officer is shown apparently tripping and even pushing some of the students on that field. That officer is now on paid administrative leave pending an investigation. And People's Most Beautiful issue is out, and Academy Award-winning actress Lupita Nyong'o, she landed the highly coveted cover. The Insider's Kevin Frazier has more on why she was selected from Los Angeles.
Very much, and I mean, I look at her and she is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, no question about it. But you say for women of color, this is a very significant moment that she would be recognized like this.
Yeah, I mean, what she shared just then about when she was a little girl, a lot of little girls have felt that. So to see her on this cover, it kind of gives them some confidence and says, hey, I'm beautiful regardless of my skin tone. So
very nice.
Good for them. And of course, look for more on Lupita's cover and all of the day's Hollywood headlines on The Insider at 7:30 and Entertainment Tonight at 7 o'clock, only right here on CBS 4. Yes, and you know, Craig, we've had some pretty beautiful weather recently. We want to know, is it going to stick around, though?
It's going to stick around for a little bit longer. It's going to get a little bit warm.
Tonight, a new study on marijuana is raising health concerns.
That's right. And this comes as more states.
Here's Elliot Rodriguez with What's New at 6.
Summer